topic?
Yeah, it's the thing we talk about because we're doing a podcast.
Oh my! Why do you got to be a smartass right out the gate? It set me up for failure.
You
Jeez,
just walk into it, man.
why should I expect anything less? I kind of do, don't I?
Just
See,
walking
I got to take the power of record away from you because you just slide it in there.
That's what she said.
Ew.
It's-
Blech.
That's the best
me and mom both went. Blech.
Yeah, that's funny.
So what's new in your world?
Nothing, you know. I haven't written any of my book this week at all.
Why? Why are you stalling out?
Not stalling out. This has been a week busy with my other obligations, so it is what it is. But you're busy. You're having a pool put in.
I am, and it's so exciting. A little scary, but really, really, really exciting. It's fun. We're doing a fiberglass, and we're doing a 40-foot long.
Boom.
Yep, it's the biggest in the style that we liked.
That's what she
first said. You got to quit, dude. You got to quit. So like, so we originally were like 25 foot, you know, and then we just stand out there, and it's like back up another 5 feet. Back up another 5 feet. Oh my God. You wish you could say that. Would you just stop?
Or should I say, that's what the restraining order said.
Can we go back to the pool? Good God.
I can't help it.
You're going to save this for your Friday night guy group,
Crazy.
Okay?
It is Friday night. It is Friday night that I'm hanging out with my guys. That's cool. So when are they craning the pool over?
Next Wednesday. I actually spent an hour last night. I had to go around to all the houses because we live in a cul-de-sac and we're at the beginning of the street. So everybody on my street is fucked for like 2 hours. Nobody's coming or going. We're actually trying to make it work out so that they could drive through the neighbor's yard across the street. And she's okay with that. She's a renter. She's like, I'm renting. What do I care? Boom. Enough said. Fair enough. We're not going to argue that. So cars hopefully won't get too stuck, but yeah, the crane, he said, is the same size as the house that's across the street from us.
Yeah.
It's going to take up the entire street from one end to the other, and then the little arms that go down to brace it are going to come down into our yards. And so this 40-foot pool is going to get lifted up and over the top of our house and drop down. Yeah, I am super excited. They told me, they're like, you can't be in the house. I'm like, I'm not gonna be in the house. I'm gonna be outside recording this shit. This is gonna be phenomenal. Like, I cannot wait to see this. Who's gonna be in the house? What the hell?
This is content, bitch.
I guess it could be.
Yeah.
I haven't posted anything else about it, but I guess it could be. It's really neat. Yeah. So, and as I was telling all the neighbors, it's kind of funny too, because all the men kind of came to the door, and so as you're telling them like this is, they're like, really? Wow, like
they're gonna
all these 40-year-old men turned into 10-year-old little boys thinking about this pool and this crane,
You mean
You're like, what time is that?
That's the thing, is like, we men, the thing we focus on is like, it could smash your house.
Oh, geez.
I gotta watch.
This is really dangerous. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, as soon as it makes it clearly over your house, I'll be like, oh shit. Go back inside.
It is exciting. Right now, it's just a big mud pit. They have limited access coming in and out, and they have to use a single axis dump truck, and they can only back it up and then back out. They're using a skid steer to pick up the dirt and put in there, and it's a huge hole. And we've got great dirt. Remember all that red dirt coming up, that red clay dirt?
Clay, yeah.
It's actually really good dirt. So they're pulling up all that, but it's just slow going. This is day 3 of them digging. I'd say they're about 2/3 of the way through, hoping that they'll get the last third, but they started at the shallow end. I'm just not sure, because it's about hauling it off, and this is the deep end, so I don't know. But it's really neat. The guy said that when they put the pool over and they drop it down, they're going to be getting within a 1/4 inch of where it's supposed to lay. Like, that is phenomenal to me.
Yeah, and then plumbing it.
Yeah, I guess that comes right after.
After.
I'm super excited. Yeah.
I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the video. I can't wait to see the video. Anyway, what's new in your life other than the pool?
Nothing. I have been trying to keep up a little bit with what's going on. Are we at the doorstep of World War III or not? That's terrifying. It's everywhere. I try to ignore it, but then I get bored and I turn on TikTok and then boom, and my stomach drops.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to talk about Bigfoot in Ohio, but
dude, something is happening. What was it? 8 sightings or something? 8
yeah.
sightings within a couple of days, and then
It was moving southeast. Bigfoot was
yes,
moving southeast,
he
and
was
then in the
moving
north,
southeast,
the
and then
north,
they caught the meteor.
yeah,
Just happened to hit where they were running from. Okay,
yeah.
I gotta know what's in your brain. What are you thinking about that? Because I need the pieces to fit together.
I think recreational marijuana is legal in Ohio.
It's legal in Illinois too, and nobody cited anything in Illinois.
Yes,
So
they
come
did
on.
actually. Yes, they
Did
did.
they really? They
Yeah.
crossed borders?
No, Bigfoot.
Come on.
Yeah, no, Bigfoot sightings in Illinois, moving away too.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they moving from?
I guess the meteor strike, right?
That just happened to be across the entire world, but they're moving out of Ohio? Weren't there like 4 or
Apparently.
5 meteors that were all
Yeah.
across the entire yeah.
And the thing is, like right now, really for the first time in our lives, like I don't know about the first time, but we've been told our whole lives, don't trust the news.
Yeah.
This is now to a point with AI. You can't trust anything. You can't trust anything because AI can edit in real time feeds. Do you remember the fake Tom Cruise?
Yes, and then all of a sudden the mask comes off and everybody's like,
Yep. That's how good it is. That's how good it is.
So what are you implying? They're faking Bigfoot? They're faking meat? What I mean,
I'm saying they've created doubt that will permeate everything. So like I get what you're saying about like World War III and things like that. I think if we look at that, we have to look at these things not as individual events, but as events, a series of events that's triggered by levers. Big levers that people move. And they move them intentionally.
like a chessboard.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
playing chess. Yes.
Yes. Good analogy. Yes. Like a chessboard. They're playing chess, but everyone else is the pawn. I mean, presidents are pawns. Like there are people that are beyond, and I think if you have kind of the eyes to see, you sit back and you take a look at the history of the world, like you see countries that are in play that shouldn't be in play, people calling shots that shouldn't be calling shots, and you don't understand why, right? Like this doesn't make sense. It does make sense if you understand that the people that we believe we've elected aren't really in charge. I think that I don't care how good a heart you are, but if you're running a country, and Vladimir Putin says this about America, says whatever your American president thinks they're going to do, he's like the men in suits show up and they realize they're not.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And there's truth in that. I believe
Yeah.
there's truth in that. Yeah. So all these things that are going on right now are levers and they're pulling them for reasons. The thing is, what's the reason? What are they really trying to get? Is this really about Iran? Is this honestly about Greater Israel? No.
Did you see they created an alien.gov domain? What the hell?
See, that goes back to one of the oldest conspiracy theorists, right? Or conspiracy theories is the Project Bluebeam.
Mm-hmm.
That shit gets wild and they fake an alien invasion to set up a one world religion, because then you have aliens that come down and say, hey, we seeded your planet with DNA. We created the technology. We taught you to build. We're here to stop you from destroying yourselves. And we start worshiping them. The thing is, and this is me personally, I don't believe in aliens.
Yeah.
The people who look into aliens don't believe in aliens. I've been to the conventions. I bought those VIP tickets to talk to people. And despite whatever their book says or whatever, that's not what they come back with. In fact, if you look at abduction encounters versus like old rites of exorcism and demon affliction, they sound the same. I think one of the most interesting, so we use movies for it, right? I believe that. You ever seen the movie Beneath Silver Lake?
Oh, God, I think I have, but I don't remember.
Andrew Garfield is the main guy.
I don't remember.
Okay, so it's this guy. He meets this girl. He's living in LA and they kind of had a connection. At the same time, there's this serial killer going around, like the dog killer or something like that. And meets this girl and she disappears, allegedly. She dies and her room's cleared out because she was in the same apartment complex as him. And I understand they only met like one night. They had one night together. And this
Okay.
girl's gone. And so he becomes obsessed with like trying to find it out. And through a series of events, he finds this other conspiracy theorist guy who's like explaining to him, is like, listen, there's a ruling cabal of people in this world, and they communicate these signs through everything. And for those who can see, it's like these are messages that aren't meant for me or you. They're meant for other people. They're meant for the elite. They're meant for those who have the ability to figure it out. Anyway, he tracks it all down. He figures it out through like songs and stuff. And he goes and meets the band. He's like, why did you write this song? He's like, oh, I didn't write that song. It's the only song on the album I didn't write. He's like, what? He's like, it's weird that it's a hit. Well, who wrote it? He's like, I don't know. You'd have to talk to him. And anyway, he finds the guy who's writing these songs. Not only did he write that song, this guy admits to writing all these songs, which is weirdly true. There is a dude who wrote most of the hip hop and pop songs and all the, like, he's written a ridiculous number of top 10s and number ones for like Britney Spears, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys,
I think I
Christina
remember hearing about
Aguilera.
that.
Yeah, like Lil Bow Wow. Like you just start running through all these. It's one dude, right? It's one dude. And you never hear anyone talk about that guy.
Which is so strange.
Yeah. So, and anyway, the movie plays on that. And he finds this guy and he's like, why are you writing all these? He's like, that's what they tell me to do. And he's like, well, what are the messages for? He's like, I don't know. He's like, what? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I do what I am told to do. You know, and he starts playing different songs, like, you know, Nirvana songs. He's like, that was not written on electric guitar. That was written here on a piano somewhere between an omelet and a blowjob. he's like the songs of your generation that fueled your rebellion in your youth. He's like, are just the, you know, whims of other men who you have no idea of their plots, ambitions, and power. Like you're just a pawn. So just close your eyes, go back to sleep, and say thank you.
Did he ever reveal who he was listening to, who it was that was telling him, who they were?
Yep. Well, he found out part of it. So at the end of the movie, he goes to Silver Lakes. He figures this is where he's supposed to go. And he finds that these billionaires are like, believe they're becoming the new gods. And they seal themselves down 50 stories under this lake in bunkers with women, 3 women. Each one goes down with 3 women. And they're just living this life until they ascend to the next one. Like they can't call out. You can only call down. And he's talking to one of these billionaires and he's like, why? He's like, because you don't get it. He's like, I can't possibly explain it to you. He's like, you're not where I am. He's like, in 10,000 years, they'll reveal that we were the gods of this age. And these are the tombs to ourselves. And we're ascending to a different plane of reality. And we're leaving all you little things behind. Yeah.
That's deep.
It is, and I've been reading a book.
For a B movie.
Oh, yeah. No, it's super deep all the way. I mean, it even talks about tunnels in LA. These tunnels in LA that lead to these things. And, you know, like the crazy, like right now, you have to admit, right now, we live in an age where the crazy conspiracy theorist is right 9 out of 10 times. Yeah. The cousin, uncle, whatever weirdos, like that guy's off his fucking rocker.
Yeah, they're crushing it right now.
Oh, yeah, they've been right the whole time. And so if we're going to continue that arc, I think they could fake some kind of alien invasion. I think that's like a Hail Mary to try and regain control of the populace, to try and regain control of America. I think the alien invasion might come if America spins into a civil war. The powers that be cannot have America spin into a civil war.
Why?
We're the global police. We enforce their will. We're the mightiest, best fighters and army on the planet. Period. We have the technology. We have the weaponry. We have the manpower. Right now, we lack the will. You know, you had Joe Kent resign. Apparently, there's rumors Tulsi Gabbard may resign. It's a big deal. These are important people to the administration. Because of what we're doing is anti-American. And that sense of anti-American is something we haven't heard in 40 years. You know what I mean? Like, It's just not.
That's unsettling, really.
Yeah. It's also unsettling that Tucker and Kent may be arrested by the Department of Justice.
Why? Why would Tucker be? He's literally just asking questions. He's just.
And the CIA is looking into him along with the Department of Justice.
But for what?
Saying bad things. Telling the truth. The only thing you will ever get in trouble for is telling the truth. People die for the truth. No one dies for a lie.
People are quiet. You know, one of the craziest things about all this, the Epstein files and all the stuff that comes with it that we've all learned over the last few years. I mean, the movies that have come out just introducing us and because a lot of people don't understand that trafficking is happening the way that it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we've been, we've had all these things come about and we're learning. And every time a new star or a celebrity or a politician, somebody important gets called out, they don't say anything.
Mm.
And that's just, it's consistent and it's mind-boggling to me because we're all human beings, you would think. All of us human beings, you and me, all of us down here are human beings. And what would you do if somebody started, what would you do? What would your first reaction response be if you're in the spotlight and somebody starts accusing you of horrible things against children, against young women, against you defend yourself.
Yeah.
Whoa,
I would go into a rage. I would go into a
lose
rage.
your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. Nobody is doing that. They are leaving the country. They're moving to Italy. They're moving to they're just leaving. They're just quiet. And
Yes.
I don't understand that. In the depths of my soul, I don't get it.
They're running. If you're guilty, you run.
They're guilty.
Yeah.
But all of them.
Yeah.
Because the ones that do speak out, I guess, are what? The Mel Gibsons and the ones whose careers get squashed. Tanked. Yeah. You get labeled crazy and insane and
an anti-Semite.
Of all things. Of all things to call somebody,
I'm reading a book right now that was translated by an Orthodox monk. It's called Protocols by the Learned Elders of Zion. And then I have some written writings by Henry Ford coming up next and Calvin. Anyway, it's a playbook of the elite and the Rothschilds. They quite literally, they're laying it out in it's like 24 different protocols that you have to follow, like how to confuse people in the media, how to get them obsessed with money lending and monetary systems, how to control these, where we need to put our people, what lies you need to tell, why you need to be on both sides of the argument and make sure that both sides tell equal lies because it disenfranchises the people in between and you can rule them like the beasts they are until the day our star rises above and we can slaughter all of them. They view us as animals and a sacrifice that will eventually be made. And I quote this, when their serpent encircles the world, they can slaughter the beasts.
Is that from the Bible?
No, that's from theirs. It's from their protocols. It's the point of what they're doing. It's the point of all these things. Like this book, you got to understand, this book came out before World War I or World War II and depicts how they were going to start World War I and that they would probably need a follow-up for World War II. Hmm. It's good that everyone's seen it, but at the same time, everyone's seeing it is the danger. It is the danger.
I feel like people are being desensitized. It's too much. It's just
that's in the protocols. It's in the protocols as well. When you think that people are going to rise up, overwhelm them with information.
I mean, we're at the point now where we can get sent a video from a family member or a friend of a UFO in the sky, and it's legit. And there's a family standing around at a fucking park, and they're all looking at it and going, "What is that?" And we're just like, just scroll on. There's another one. Just scroll on. Like we are desensitized. A decade ago, we'd have been like, "Oh my God."
Well, the government's come out and said that there's things happening in the sky that they don't know, right? Like they've admitted to that. And that's one of the first things I realized was like, oh yeah, this isn't what they say it is at all. You're lying. Why? Because the government doesn't tell the truth. Why didn't I get a COVID vaccine? Because the government told us to. I had a friend ask me about that. He's like, "How did you make the right call?" And I was like, "I don't trust the government." He
Because they were
laughed.
given because they were giving it away for free.
For free, and they were
What
giving
the
cheeseburgers and, "Ooh, eat this cheeseburger." When I watched that dude eat that burger, "Oh, it's so good with these fries," like, I don't think you've ever eaten a burger.
mm-mm.
I don't think you've ever had fries. The way you were holding that guy was holding those fries, like, have you never had a fucking french fry? You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody eats them like that. That's
Everybody's reading
weird.
that the same way too. There's
Yeah,
no
it
yeah.
there's something weird there. It
Mhm.
there's something weird between us and them, like, I forget the guy's name, and I apologize that my brain isn't in full gear
I
this
can't
morning.
believe it. You're worthless. This is
I
just
fucking tell you, right?
if you get what's the point of all this if you can't remember every single name we need you to, Bubba?
He's the, singer from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, I don't ever remember anybody's name, so don't look at me.
Yeah, anyway, he talks about having an encounter with a woman and her turning into a reptilian, like, before him. Like, she transformed before him.
And then her response was, "I'm not a reptilian."
Yeah.
Is that the same story? Yeah.
Well, that's a different guy. That's another celebrity that was
Oh,
telling the
okay.
story. I can't remember that guy's name either. Man, I'm fucking blanking out on it. Anyway, there's
The
there's
fact that there's
several.
multiple
Yeah, well, yeah,
incidents.
the point is there's multiple instances of these females, and I think they had told him, like, and he's talked about it a few times, and they're like, "Who is it?" He's like, "I don't wanna say." He's like, "I don't wanna say." He's like, "But it happened, and when she did it," he's like, "It just stunned me," and she laughed, and it's like, "Who are you gonna tell?"
I mean, did we not all see Beyonce change?
Well, so that was less reptilian to me and more the signs. If you've ever
Okay.
seen someone possessed,
I was gonna say that looked very demonic. Yeah.
yeah, if you've ever seen anyone possessed, that's what that looks like. Like the way the face shifts, and you're just like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." You see a lot. I mean, TikTok gives you the ability to see a lot of that. I don't think anyone should be going and looking for it because um, that opens a door. Like, just pursuing things like that opens a doorway that you look at it, but it can notice that you're looking. You know what I mean?
Maybe I shouldn't say her name, but if I had to guess there was somebody that passes for a reptilian, I would say Hillary Clinton.
You mean Erica Kirk's mom?
What? Is that the new
No,
thing?
no, but they do look a lot
Oh,
alike.
but Erica is so much prettier than
Hillary
than,
wasn't ugly when she was young.
Camille or what's our daughter's name?
Oh,
She's n Chelsea.
Chelsea.
She's not.
She doesn't look like either of them.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
I think she looks like Bill. I think she looks like a female Bill. It's just not very
I think Bill's illegitimate, African American son looks like Bill.
I haven't seen him,
Oh, yeah, he
but I
looks like Bill
believe
Clinton.
it.
He looks like a black Bill Clinton.
He's
Like, you're just like, "Holy shit." You know,
yeah, he's probably got
yeah.
multiple. He's such a
Oh,
doll.
yeah. Yeah, he doesn't care.
Uh-uh.
When you were watching the testimonies and they were showing him images of horrible things, and he's, like, laughing and smiling at the pictures, like, he's going through a photo album.
I don't remember that. I don't recall.
He's, like, pulling it back, and the attorney's trying to hit him and take it away, like, "Stop, Bill. Like, this is bad optics." He's like, "No, let me look at that again." Like,
That was a good day.
that was great. Like,
Oh,
the thing is, I truly believe people like that view us as nothing more than animals, and this is something to take away, right? Let's just take a look at the last administration. Whatever your politics are, it doesn't matter. Look at the last administration. They lost 350,000
they lost what?
350,000 children
Oh. Oh.
that came across the border. They
It
sent 20 of them to one strip club in Colorado. Nobody ever followed up.
does the rest of the world not know that we're taking children and using
What
them
are
the
we?
way
This
if they're
this
trying to get into our country with their kids, why? Maybe they're
'cause
safer where they are. Keep your kids away from us.
you think the parents are bringing the kids in? They're not. Have you seen the border footage? They're specifically pushing these drugged kids across. That's the commodity. The coyotes are moving the children here. Why? It's not just a sex thing. It's not a sex thing. We're beyond that. We're beyond those numbers. Something else is going on.
They're all vampires and they need the blood?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
I like.
what do they need with all these kids, with these babies?
So,
What do they need? What do they get out of that?
you know who Jamie Kennedy is?
No.
Okay. He's an actor, comedian. He's a white rapper guy. He is genuinely pretty funny. And he's really good friends with Ozzy Osbourne's son, Jack Osbourne. Jack Osbourne has all different kinds of podcasts and shows and whatever. I like some of his stuff. I think it's interesting. I'd heard Jamie Kennedy on one of those things tell a story. He's like, vampires are real. And I'm like, well, he's like, no, I was talking to a director. And, you know, we were joking about some vampire movie. And he's like, and the director's like, I don't do vampire movies. And he's like, why? He's like, because they get mad. And he's like, what? He's like, real, man. Like, they're real. And they're here. And he's like, I want nothing to do with it. Like, I do comedies. I want nothing to do with that kind of stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, there's a castle in Germany that's been in the same family for 33 generations, over 800 years.
Oh, was that the Dracula?
No, it's the Elk or Elton Castle, something like. Again, I apologize, my brain's not on. If you look up German castle for 33 generations, it's the only one. It's never been conquered, never been destroyed, still owned by the same family. The long-standing rumor is that family are vampires, and they're part of the elite.
Wow.
You don't see them a lot. They rarely do interviews, and they do walkthroughs. And when they do walkthroughs, they are some weird fuckers. Like, listening to this guy talk about the castle, and he's like, oh, this is my favorite thing in the castle. And she's like, we're on the first floor of this when it was still in a state just being built. So it was really just kind of an older manor house. He's about 857 years ago. I was like, well, that's fucking specific. You know what I mean? And but it's his family home, so of course he knows these things. And it's a huge tree log. And she's like, you see this? This isn't petrification or wood. This is the chopping block where we would slaughter. And he stops himself. Animals and butchery and fat and lard and blood is soaked in over time and hardened. And he changes like the whole thing. It's like, he's like, and we've measured it. He's like, it was too big to be brought in any window or door. That means it was here. And they just built the house around it.
Oh.
That's old world pagan druid shit right there. This is your sacrifice altar, and you built a castle around it.
And it's been there for 857 years.
It's still, and it's his centerpiece. He loves it. In their old kitchen.
Huh.
Where they would slaughter the things, and then he could just slaughter it and cook. And
what's the name of this castle again? You said Elton or Elkin?
Something like that.
33 generation castle in Germany. I'm going to look it up because that's interesting as hell.
Yeah, generation castle in Germany.
I want to see it. I want to see the people.
Eltz. Berg Eltz. Eltz Castle.
Eltz.
ELTZ. Yeah. For 850 years, roughly 33 generations. It's never been destroyed, never been conquered. It still exists. Still has all the armor. And the weirdest part is, like, most castles are built in like tactically particular. This isn't. This one's hidden away. It's hidden away on a hilltop in like a valley surrounded by other hills. Anyway, you can see interviews of them, like, different. They're not a lot. And so this lady's interviewing this guy who every time, like, she's talking to him, you can see him just kind of keep his hands back and step away from her. And it's just like,
why are you doing that?
Yeah, and she's an attractive young reporter, as they tend to be. Mm-hmm. They send out that girl because it's friendlier and Bob, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's cautious. He's cautious of the whole thing. And like listening to him talk was weird. Because it's like, you know, he's talking about life in the Middle Ages and things like that. And he's like, oh, well, you know, things back then. He's like, we were a lot busier. And he stops and he's like, you know, they just didn't have the time to do the things that we do today. So convenience is out a lot. And you're just like, there's a really weird way to describe shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you don't want to be doing this. Like, he gets excited about different things of his castle, all old things. And the guy's obviously it's his home. is superior of what he knows. It's his family home, and he's like, the only way we can upkeep it is, we have 300,000 people a year tour it. And it immediately made me think of this was one of those scenes from the Twilight movies where the vampires in Rome or whatever, they bring the tourists in so they can pick who they want.
Wow.
And it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, it is not an easy thing to get to.
It's amazing to have that many people tour it.
Yeah. I wonder how many actually leave.
Be interesting.
Had 321 tourists, 300,000 left. What? They do still live there. And he even said that. He said, we still occasionally come here and we stay here. And he's like, it's not luxurious. People think castles luxurious. It's not. He's like, they never were really built for luxury. Not like you would think. They're fortresses.
Yeah, and they're built to last and
protect.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So you have places like that around the world with weirdos. Like, maybe vampires are real.
Yeah.
Maybe they're in Hollywood. That's what all the blood's for.
I just saw a video of a girl who was basically retelling a story that somebody sent to her, but it was of somebody who came across someone who claimed to have been about 400 years old, and that they just continually play new people, and they sort of have to overlap those people to make it real. And it just was like, the detail of the story was like very intriguing. Interesting. Crazy.
Yeah. Like, these things come from, and the thing is, like, so biblically there is kind of an account for that. There were peoples who were described as that, like, bloodsuckers and consumers of that the tribes went out and fought. And I think there's a historic representation, like, so every culture in the world has the idea of a vampire. Do you know that? Yeah. Young blood is better than old blood. Virgin blood is the best. Why? Why does that make sense? Why is that a cultural thing everywhere? Innocence. It's innocence.
I think it's ego too. To take the virginity, I mean, if we're stereotyping this, it's a man taking a woman's virginity.
Yes.
When we talk about a virgin, we're talking about a young female. We're never talking about a man. So you're talking about taking a virginity. It's like an ego thing. You are the one that broke that cherry. You are the one that deflowered her. You are the one that did that. I feel like it's a fucking man ego power thing.
But then to drink her blood?
Well, that's a whole different. That's a whole different. I don't know.
That's what. So, like, the blood of the innocent is a thing. So, are you familiar with Baal or Baal worship from the Middle East, Byzantine times, all that kind of stuff?
No.
So, quick, brief summary: guy's got bull horns. He's massive, and people would throw their children to him. Moloch's in this as well. Baal and Moloch, and they would build bronze statues, and they would beat loud drums. And they'd heat this bronze statue up on the inside where they'd build a fire till its hands glowed red. And the loud drums would be unbelievably loud. And they would take their newborn infants and toss them into the fire and into the hands so it would sizzle and burn. And the drums were so loud so you couldn't hear them scream. This is what people did.
Oh, my God.
And Moloch is the same one. Like, Moloch's in that same vein, right? Like, same thing. In the Bohemian Grove in Northern California, they have a giant statue of an owl. That's Moloch. And to start the ceremonies, they have what's called the cremation of care, where they burn a child effigy. So they make a child replica, allegedly, and they set it on fire, and they all chant and cheer as it burns. And then they begin all their, quote unquote, air quote, like their lectures and shit, which really just sounds like a bunch of gay shit.
Yeah.
So it's all pretty gay. Yeah. But here's the thing. This is the thing to think about. These are the world leaders from everywhere. These are all power players. These are presidents. These are generals. These are heads of industry, shit like that.
And they're all participating in this.
They're all participating. They're all cheering on the burning effigy, allegedly is an effigy of a child. Although the pictures they have from the 1900s and stuff that you can look up, they had black children in these little coffins as they all stood around him and laughed. And the kid looked terrified.
I mean, you just gotta like sell your soul to freaking be a part of the elite. Like, there's no, how can you have a soul and be participating in these things? What part of you shows up at a at any sort of a leadership meeting or and they're burning a child's body
Yeah.
to start it off? What the fuck?
Walter Cronkite. So they play a recording. It's Walter Cronkite, most trusted man in America. Kiss my ass. You know, it's
I bet there are so many people that are still alive today that are so grateful. I mean, we talk about how I'm Gen X and I'm grateful there was not all the social media and cell phones and all
Mhm.
the cameras able to capture everything that I did as a teen. I bet there are so many people still alive today that nobody was accounting for them. Nobody was watching them. And I bet there are
Mhm.
lots of secrets.
It seems to be. It seems to be. And that's just the shit we know of. Right.
Mhm.
There's a lot of other things that are alleged. I mean, and the modern root of this, I think, actually starts with the French Revolution. I think that's when they took over.
Hmm.
They took over with France first. That's why France is always kind of plays a hand in there, you know. Um, Look at the current president and his uncle, father, gay lover, tranny,
That's such a
whatever the
strange
hell's going on
situation.
there. Um, yeah, it's insane. This is insane. But they took over France first, and since then, France has always been kind of known for being sexually deviant. It's a joke, right? Those French girls, or but
Mhm.
there's truth to it.
I mean, the parades that they put on and things are very,
Yeah,
woo,
yeah.
risque. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a cultural thing that goes deep there, right? It
Mhm.
goes deep into the old world that and I get that people say, well, it was religious oppression, and then they fought back against it. Yeah, but that's also the perfect place to hide. The Black Pope
Mhm.
exists. you know, it's ultimately like I was talking to my wife and we were talking about it, and she's like, this is scary. She's like, what's going on? I was like, honestly? I was like, yeah. She's like, it's competing theologies. It's not even philosophies anymore. It's competing theologies, and it's not what people think. It's Christian versus Muslim versus Israel or versus, Hindu. No. I mean the kind of theologies that everything else is based off of. It is the dark, sacrificial versus God. And you got to pick a choice. And you got to make a choice. And if you want to be power and you want to be in charge, there you go. Like Keanu Reeves, let's switch gears, and it's going to be a weird tropic transition. But you have Keanu Reeves, right? Who everyone puts he's like aloof and off and this and that.
Mhm.
I think there stands a guy who's seen the depravity that is Hollywood. And the only way to distance himself is to insulate himself. Because he lost his woman and his kid in one swoop, and then his sister got leukemia, and everything in the world collapsed on this guy.
Mhm.
You know, um, and he's always respectful. He's always kind. He keeps a distance. He cares. At least seems to.
Mhm. And he stays quiet. He has
He
no
stays quiet.
opinions. He does not speak out.
Well, I've seen him when the people ask him, "What do you think about your politics?" He says, "I think I'm an actor, and you shouldn't listen to me." You know what I mean? I'm an actor.
Mhm.
Like throughout history, being an actor was not something that we celebrate today like an idol. It was looked down upon.
Ronald Reagan is the one who changed that. When all of a sudden people thought that actors had opinions that mattered, is because we fucking put an actor into the presidential spot
So
there.
Hollywood is built on pedophilia. Well, actors have always given political opinions because if you look at like the basis and start of Hollywood, it's idol worship and its influence. It's more powerful than the media. Always has been. Because that's what's fed and created. That's what you can get to the masses. He controls the information, can control the masses. It's, bread and circuses. Keep them distracted, keep them fed. You don't have to worry about them, allegedly.
Mhm.
I mean, Hollywood was built by gangsters, Jewish gangsters.
Of course
And it
they were
was,
Jewish.
yeah, it was built by, I mean, it's built by, there's plenty of books you can go read about it. I mean, honestly, the Italian mob and what we understand were really just extensions of the Jewish mob.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Shylocks, that whole guys. It's Jewish. Uh,
Hmm.
like yeah, in the writing, like various classical works of William Shakespeare. You know, they're moneylenders. They've always been moneylenders. That's the basis of it. Gambling, vices, sexual immorality. These are the things that have been preyed upon in the past by their not by legitimate citizens, but by the illegal and that underbelly. And other cultures learn that from them. The organization of it.
Yeah.
That's why they got kicked out of so many countries, was pulling shit like that. They throw them all out, all of them. They're like, yeah, we understand all of you are bad, but we're going to kick all of you out. And it just is what it is. That's history. Um, but if you look into Hollywood and the foundation of it, it was built on these gangs and exploitation of women and children. I mean, I'm brain farting. What's the little girl's name with Goldilocks?
Shirley Temple.
Yeah, Hollywood was built on the back of Shirley Temple. She was their golden calf. God knows what happened to that little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only the savages survived there. Only the most cunning and if you look at like what was going on with, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and the guy's movie that they were trying to take from him, right? And all the lies they accused him of, all this sexual immorality and things like that. I'm not bringing his name up because I don't want to associate it with it, because I don't think he had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And I'm not an anti-Semite because that guy's Jewish. I'm taking up for that guy. Like if you look at how Ryan and Blake operated, how they got together with Taylor Swift to do this, who got together with, Ronan Farrow at the New York Times, and they're gangsters. And they didn't care that they were hurting this guy and his family and his reputation and his livelihood. Nope. They wanted Blake to have a movie all to herself, and that's all that mattered. So we're going to ruin everybody who gets in our fucking way. And we're going to ruin them and their family. We're going to make horrible allegations. We're going to just destroy you.
Yeah. That was a dirty game that backfired, thanks to Candace Owens.
Thanks to Candace Owens. But it was a venom that just couldn't be matched.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and then
the thing is, we only know it because they got caught.
Because a couple people decided to stand up for the guy. Candace Owens being one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then you hear the rumors, of, Taylor Swift and the shit that they're involved in, and like how she threatens other music stars who want to release albums in and around hers. Like, if you do that, I'll dedicate all of my press and all of my lawyers to ruining you. Like,
see, I didn't even hear that.
Who the fuck are you? I'm Taylor Swift, motherfucker. Like,
wow.
This is it. Like, we're going to go to war. Do you want to go to war with me? I'm a billionaire. Like that.
There's a lot of conspiracies about Taylor Swift and that old lady from the early 1900s. They look just alike.
Oh, so she's Anton LaVey's daughter, the founder of the Church of Satan. That's his daughter, and they do look exactly alike.
They really do. It's kind of creepy.
It's really creepy when you realize how people are all related to each other and how close everything is. And then you wonder whose kids are really whose kids, especially when you look into like who Taylor Swift's dad is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It gets screwy. And we're seeing this right now with Erica Kirk. As Candace tears into Erica Kirk, and we're seeing who she's related to and how she's related to. And you're like, wait a minute. How are you related to these gangster families? Like how are you related to, like, what?
It definitely kind of goes back to like what you said at the beginning of like we're all chess. They're playing chess, and these people are pieces on that board. Erica Kirk is a piece on that board. That they've been molded to be these characters. They've been placed there for a reason, to accomplish a specific goal.
Yeah, and
that's the scary part.
Yeah, and when you look into like satanic ritual abuse and the way that they do it, and why, how do they make the next generation of worshipers and people who will do these things? I'm not saying that Erica Kirk is. I'm just saying how you mold people into doing that. It starts in childhood with breaking down identity and self and fracturing that, and that's through abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, whatever she is now, she started out as a victim to get here. It's
Okay, so
yeah.
this back to the first thing we talked about was Bigfoot. I gotta ask you, is there any chance that all of Bigfoot are fleeing, into it from the northeast down to the southwest direction or whatever? Are they all doing that because there's a chance that something could be happening with our infrastructure, with our, like, could we have an earthquake? Is there something that they're sensing that they're fleeing from? Is the Mississippi River about to change directions again? Is it, you know what I mean? Like, is
Yeah.
there,
So what do you think Bigfoot is? That matters. If you think Bigfoot is an animal, then he has some kind of senses like other animals do that flee before earthquakes and before things like that happen, right?
I guess that's kind of what I'm asking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like Bigfoot trackers and people who are into it. There's so the Bigfoot, and I'm way into this kind of stuff. As you know, I'm way
Yeah.
into it. There's two different versions of that. Bigfoot is either a biological animal or Bigfoot is something else. And if you get down into like the missing 411 documentary cases and the hunt for Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff, that was put out by David Paulides, which you should. It's fantastic. David Paulides was also an investigator for MUFON before he got into this. Like that's a whole nother thing. And he put out some really good stuff in regards to that. It comes down to what you think Bigfoot is. And the evidence, like Bigfoot is always seen with lights in the sky. Did you know that?
No.
If you have a Bigfoot report, you're going to have a report somewhere to MUFON or somewhere that someone saw a light in the sky. It comes with other phenomena like poltergeist activity. People who have seen Bigfoots tend to have encountered poltergeist activity or things like this.
So are they supernatural beings? Are they?
What's supernatural? I don't even think supernatural is a real word. Now, what's supernatural? This all sounds natural. Like we have so many reports, so many eyewitness accounts, and this is natural. It's just uncommon, but it's obviously a part of this world, right? Like dog-headed entities, dogman, werewolves. I don't know. These, ocean monsters, but ocean monsters aren't real. Yet they've just found another one.
There's so much we don't know.
We just
the most
don't know.
unexplored part of this entire planet.
Gerald the dolphin.
Woo, Gerald the dolphin.
That's
been really fun.
That has been fun. I keep sending you those because I'm in. I'm in all the way on Gerald. Allegedly, it's fake. Like it's just a fake AI story that came up. But also, like we just talked about at the beginning of this, how do you know what's real and how do you know what's fake? You can call anything fake.
Somebody came out and said it's all fake, and now everybody's going to go, "Oh, didn't you hear? That's not real. It's all fake."
But it's one person that said that. Yeah. So, that's not real. It's like Snopes, right? Snopes. Well, Snopes said Snopes was two people. It was a husband and wife who made porn and ran porn sites. And then they got divorced and the guy shacked up with one of the porn stars. That's Snopes. It's fact checked by Snopes.
That's your factual corrector, yeah.
Who are they? It's like, oh, didn't you read? That's not true. Cool. What it is I think so many of these things are so uncomfortable. If anyone will give us something to hold on to that is contrary, people flock to it because they want to. People want normality. They want to continue living their life. They want to keep
be
their head
safe.
down.
Yeah.
It's a story I tell you again and again. Like if you're faced with the unbelievable and the amazing, you either stand in awe and question everything, or you turn your head around and pretend like it didn't happen. And so the same hospital you and I investigated, I'd been there before with a group of people. And one of the people there who's this guy, none of this is real. This is all fake. Something amazing happened in front of all of us. It was amazing. He turned around and just started walking down the hallway alone in the dark. We had to go get him. And it's like, dude, what did you think? Like, you don't believe in any of this. What did you think? He's like, I didn't see anything. What? You were there. You were fucking there, man. Like you saw it. Like, so they had a proximity, and as you get close to the proximity, it would light up different lights, right? No one's standing around it. We're asking questions, give us 2 blinks for this, 1 blink for that, and you start having a conversation with something. Um, and so here he is, none of this is real, watching it, and he just turns around and walks away. He's like, I didn't see any of that. Yeah, you did. No, I didn't. Whoa. Okay. And I've seen that several times since. People are faced with something they can't handle. No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It just you just saw that. No, I didn't.
It's just something inside protecting them, right? It's
fear. It's
Yeah.
fear. Yeah, it's fear. It's the same thing like when we would train people in defense or whatever, and you put them in these situations they couldn't get out of. People have different reactions. Some cry, some run is very common. You just run. Like they don't even know what they're doing. They're just running. You have to go and catch them. Like, holy shit, man. Like, some people vomit. Some people just shut down and go into denial. Like they just shut and they're off. Like, you okay? Like, and they just kind of come back and they're like, what happened? Like,
yeah.
What? Yeah, no, I saw this guy turn and walk away. It was amazing. We went there. We had cool experiences. That was something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we were all in looking for more. Definitely weren't walking away.
There were a few points I walked away. So I needed a break.
Yeah. It did feel a little thick.
It's a bit much. And the reality is I don't believe any of that stuff is good. Like in my core, I don't believe any of it is good. I don't believe that's Aunt Betty trying to talk to someone. That's something trying to pretend it's Aunt Betty.
Yeah.
I've always found you get the best responses from shit when it's like, oh, this is, I've always hated when you go and investigate a haunted place, people give you all this background information. Don't tell me anything. It's like, oh, this is the spirit of a child who is like, if that is so, then the universe is cruel that this child is stuck here forever, living in hell. So I don't believe that. Like, I don't. I haven't seen enough evidence of that. I think it's interesting when you ask, like, you're able to make contact, and we have videos that you've put up of us doing that. You ask it, what are you really? That's when things get spicy. Because you're sure shit not Nurse Betty. You know what I mean? Like, what are you really?
Yeah. That was interesting. We got a lot of responses.
Yeah.
It's very creepy.
Well, weird shit likes us. Wait till we go look for a vampire. We're going to find one.
Kind of want to go look for a freaking Bigfoot now.
I'll bring my rifle.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I have a theory about the supernatural, and it's based off like a few accounts, but one in particular. A gentleman from a long time ago. Do you remember Don?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you, or did he ever tell you, like, the first time, like the only time he'd ever seen something supernatural?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dude I went to church with. I'm only going to give his first name because I'm not doxing anybody. The name was Don. And he was a good man, and I worked for him, and I'm thankful for that I had him in my life, especially at that time. And we went to the same church, and we would talk about different things in the supernatural, and I'd had different experiences. He'd never really had any experiences. He's just someone who walked by faith because he thought he was supposed to have faith. Until one night, for different reasons I won't get into, something appeared in his room and woke him up. He said it was like ink. It was ink moving in the air. Like ink, but fabric. And I was like, what did you do? He's like, I jumped up and tried to grab it. And like, I just started swinging. He's like, it seemed genuinely surprised. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I didn't know what else to do. He's like, I'm not going to sit there and be afraid. He's like, so I tried to grab it. And he just kind of had to know this older guy. I say older, I mean, back then he was probably only in his 50s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so he did. He started swinging away at this thing. And I was like, what did it do? He's like, it was trying to get away from me. I was like, did you hit anything? He's like, I didn't hit a thing. He's like, it was punching through. It was like there was a feeling to it, like a physical, tangible feeling. And he's like, I could feel it more in my hand than I could in my fist. And it was like ink, but fabric. And it was just like I couldn't get purchase on it. And he's like, and as soon as it left my hand, it just vanished. As soon as it got out of his grip, it just vanished. He's like, I was breathing hard. I sat on the couch and I didn't go back to bed. I was like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
And that's what he had said. He's like, and that's when he told me the fun that I found the funniest. He's like, you know, it seemed genuinely surprised. I don't think it thought I was going to do that. Thought I was going to be afraid and in the bed. He's like, nope. Like, it's on. So that has formed a theory in my head that when these things manifest, whatever supernatural abilities or whatever they try and appear to be, for them to manifest here physically means that I believe, and I believe this in my heart, they have to play by the same rules of physics that we do. We may not understand them all, but they have to play by the same rules. And if you're locked on and engaged, then we're part of the same universe. You know what I mean? If I've got a hold of you, we're here together, and I have to let go of you. And in the Bible, it talks about Jacob wrestling with an angel. And he fought all night with this angel. And the angel said, all right, you have to let me go. The sun's coming up. I have to go. And he's like, nah, I'm getting something. Like, you need to bless me. He's like, I broke your hip. I'm fine. Like, I ain't letting you go. So that, to me, like, those encounters and others that I won't get into, I believe that when they're here, as much fear and the things that we have, they still operate within the bounds of the rules that are set up for this place. They have to. And that's always given me a bit of peace. You know, when things go bump in the night, it's like, oh, it'll make things move. Did it best show up to fucking do it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's all I got. I know you didn't want to go too long. I think we went longer than you wanted to. Any words of wisdom?
Fine. Oh my gosh, why? So you could just cut me off again?
No. What would you say to Bigfoot with the meteors coming down?
I already know what you're going to do.